The clinic is a premier nationwide telehealth practice for men and women, specializing in hormonal and cellular optimization to support total body recomposition, revitalization, and long-term wellness. Our areas of expertise include sexual dysfunction disorders, weight management, longevity and performance enhancement, regenerative and functional medicine, autoimmune conditions. We deliver personalized, science-backed care designed for high performers who value results, discretion, and convenience. Take full control of your health, on your terms, from the comfort of your home.
Hello and welcome to the Clinic Studios. My name is James Hall. I am your host, and I have Dr. Courtney Roberts with the clinic on this call. I'm very excited that we're going to be able to dive into some things that are going to be life-changing for most of the men listening right now. We also have another guest in the studio today by the name of Mr. Brian Runey. I met Brian, some years ago, but over the course of the last 3 to 4 months, he's been on a journey. Brian has totally revamped, recompositioned, whatever you want to call it. I mean, we'll say he got cloned and then to the man he wanted to look like. But we're excited, man. Brian has lost over 30 pounds, which is pretty exciting. And you couldn't even guess his age, and we're not even going to do that to him because you'll be wrong. You would try to guess, and you will be wrong. He's healthy. He's as fit as he's been in years. And one of the things that we were talking about, and he was kind of joyful about, he said, "Hey, man, I have a tight-knit family that is my family for, a number of years." And he said, I belong to a fraternity and we've banded together for so many years. Some of my brothers were able to see me and they couldn't believe the transition in me, how I've changed. So, what I want to do is I want to introduce the platform to Mr. Brian Runey, and I'm going to introduce, Dr. Roberts once again. I just want, Brian, if you don't mind, I just want to give you the platform right now. And I promised you that we would do this for you while we're recording it so everyone knows. So anyone connected to Brian would automatically qualify. So Brian, I want to give you the platform. I want to tell everybody a little bit about your journey. We're excited that you're here today because more men need to know that there's plenty of options out there for them. This is a taboo that we talk about sometimes when it comes to dealing with men with ED, but in your instance, it was a whole recomposition, right? You were just looking, you wanted to feel like you used to, and I don't know, after talking to you, man, I witnessed with my own eyes, this man is out here like he's training in soft sand, like he's getting ready for the fight of his life. I'm watching him do pull-ups, some Rocky Balboa stuff. I've seen him do dips. He does push-ups. He's really, really, really an inspiration. So I want you to share with the platform, and we will, for the sake of your fraternity, there will be a discount that will be added to everyone connected to Mr. Brian Runey. Mr. Brian Runey, you have the floor.
Well, thank you, James. Dr. Roberts, pleasure seeing you again. So back in February 10th, my birthday was on February 4th. I went and did my yearly checkup. I had high blood pressure. I had high cholesterol. I was the heaviest I've ever been in my life, and I just wasn't feeling good. I decided I needed to make a change. So February 10th is when I started my journey because I needed to change my lifestyle. I needed to change my habits, my eating, exercise. I laid on the couch probably the last 10, 15 years. Just no motivation, really. I work, come home, eat, drink, go to sleep, repeat, and that was it. So I started a 6-week challenge, so I didn't have any alcohol for a month. I changed my diet, started eating healthier foods, not going crazy, just kind of watching more protein, more vegetables, more of a balanced meal. And then I started walking with my dog. So I'm walking probably anywhere from 5 to 7 miles a day. And that's really all I was doing. And I started started seeing a difference and, started losing weight a little by little here and there. So meeting Dr. Roberts, taking the IGF was a game changer for me because I was also just always bloated and a lot of inflammation. My stomach was always rock hard. It wasn't muscle. It was just rock hard all the time. That's all going away. Now I'm starting to, I've lost, since February 10th, I've lost 31 pounds. I'm down to my college weight, down to 170. So I haven't been 170. And, like I said, I graduated from college in 1989. So that tells you how long it's been. And now I have a lot more energy. I'm starting to build muscle. I see muscle gain from this. I can work out. I'm doing push-ups. I can only do 5 push-ups. When I first started. Now I'm racking 100 push-ups a day. No problem. Then started using the bars. Haven't lifted any weights yet at all. Working up to that because, I just didn't want to jump in all at once and hurt myself and taking a step back. So with your guidance, Dr. Roberts, I've just found, I've called it the fountain of youth. So, and that's how I feel. So it's unbelievable. So
Yeah, man, we definitely appreciate you, dude. It was like, you're a busy man. Trying to find you and get you to get on the show.
right.
And I was like, he's probably out there like running or walking his 3-4 miles a day right now. But I was just excited because, physically with my own eyes to see you transform was amazing to me because it let me know that all the work that Dr. Roberts does, all the energy that she puts into it, you can see it on the clients that she works with.
Yeah.
You're much happier. Dude, your skin looks freaking amazing. You told me you had to put creams and stuff on. Now you don't do any of that.
Right.
That's like, hello, right?
Yeah.
One of the things I wanted to tell you is, I was 11 years old and I had an injury, the top of my foot. There's a scar, a deep gash in there, and I had no feeling on the top. I didn't have any issues with that at all. I'm like 50 years old now. By the way, I am a product of the clinic at 50 years old, so I'm excited to say that because my whole body has changed as well. But this scar, I was numb on the top of my foot since I was 11. And I woke up in the middle of the night and I'm scratching my foot and I'm digging at it. It's itching so bad. And then I'm trying to figure out what the heck is going on. And lo and behold, the next day I realized that, dude, I can feel the top of my foot. What's happening?
Yeah.
You should be excited, but it made me nervous. I haven't felt this since I was 11. But I called Dr. Roberts just out of curiosity, and lo and behold, the therapy I'm on, like one of the things that's so amazing about this is the blood vessels that it helps regrow. The body is amazing. If you allow it and give it the cellular opportunities, we're going to call it, that it needs, you can balance it and it would be back to health.
Yep.
So what I'm going to do is I am going to honor what we talked about, and I want you to tell your fraternity what's going to happen for them because they know Brian Runey.
Offer all my fraternity brothers and sisters a 20% discount. And to go back to your foot, when I was started walking and stuff, I started having this pain on the top of my toe. And it would go from the top of my big toe to like my ankle. All that is gone now. I don't have that issue anymore. I don't know what it was, but it was a constant pain, and that is completely gone now. So, Dr. Roberts, you can explain what I'm going through. But I love it. I'm just following your orders. So, but it's truly amazing. It really is.
Definitely. I'm excited about that. The one thing that I want, I want to pass the microphone to Dr. Roberts. I just want everyone to know that my whole life has changed. Now, I'm someone who probably shouldn't be here right now. July of 2022, I had an episode where I felt like I left my body because I did. I was riddled with blood clots in my lungs and had no idea. So the fact that I'm still here is a blessing. And the route that I took to build myself back, it was a long one. But a lot of it was, the traditional medications, the traditional everything that I wasn't happy, I wasn't excited, and I developed some ED. I hate talking about that, but that's a real issue, man, right? Through some of the medications and things. But obviously, I need you folks to know that I don't have that anymore. Thank you, Dr. Roberts. So, but I, I will say that um, that was a pretty scary night for me, and for her to let me know, like the $6 million man, we can rebuild you. I didn't really understand it fully, but she took me on this journey, and I am such a fan. I cannot wait to introduce the world to this magnificent woman. She just she holds all the care and compassion in the world, and she's very thought provoking in her way of therapy and how she deals with her clients and her patients. And I'm just excited to be in her universe. So, Dr. Roberts, um, please just chime in, say some things, or I'm just excited. Number one, we were able to get Brian on here, right? It took a minute. Like I said, he's a busy man. Uh, but I'm going to give you the microphone, and I'm going to be completely quiet so we can hear you. Very soft spoken individual with a powerful punch. Let me just tell you. So, okay, Dr. Roberts, I'll give you the platform.
To touch on what Brian has been using, he's been using one of many peptides that we have available. This one is in particular, like he said, is called IGF-1. So it stands for insulin-like growth factors. And what makes this really powerful is that it has so many different actions. So we're able to really change the way our muscles are being fueled. So it really improves the way that muscles are uptaking glucose, are uptaking protein, are uptaking all of the nutrients that it needs. So you're really able to maximize how well you're able to build muscle mass, right? Another thing that's really great about it is some of the things that you guys mentioned about the pain is that it's so good at healing tissue. So tissue repair, and reducing inflammation. So that is another one of the reasons why you may have noticed those effects. And then additionally, just for longevity, it supports the metabolism. It helps to reduce fat and really sculpt your physique into the way that you are wanting to look like. So you're really getting the most benefit out of the work that you're putting in. And that is what is great about peptides, because sometimes people can get frustrated with the amount of work that they're putting in and not seeing the results. So these peptides really are able to give you the benefit, and so that you can continue down this path and really achieve the optimal body composition and the optimal feeling of health that you've been looking for and working towards.
Could you do me a favor and explain the brain health aspect of this wonderful peptide?
What happens is there is a component of the IGF-1 that helps with cellular regeneration, but in particular, the nerve cells. So it's called neurogenesis. So it's helping to repair nerve cells. And the nerve cells, this is the nervous system. So the nervous system, the central nervous system is composed of the brain and the spinal cord, right? Now, when you are able to repair and regenerate those cells, then you're able to see reduced brain fog. You're able to see improved cognition and memory, improved focus, and then also if there's any like neuropathy, if there's any numbness, if there's any lack of sensation like you were having on your feet, then you're able to help to repair those nerve cells so that you're able to get back those sensations again.
Amazing. I mean, I can't say it enough. I wish we had more time to stay on here and go back and forth all day long. Doc, I know you're very busy. Mr. Rooney, I know you're very busy. Friend of mine, you became a brother from another mother, my man, and I do appreciate you. But I am going to give you the opportunity to do a shout out to your fraternity and go ahead and let everybody know once again. The fraternity discount is going to be the name of the fraternity. And Mr. Brian Rooney, number 61. It's his favorite number. I don't know.
Well, I appreciate that. So, yeah, to all my Phi Delta Theta brothers from Texas Mu and all over, on number 89 here. I am on this program with the clinic. Dr. Roberts and I had a consultation, and I told her what I was experiencing, and she came up with this program for me. I highly recommend it. Any other issues too, from what I understand, autoimmune deficiency. There's just so many things. So any health issue that you're having, it's worth having a conversation with Dr. Roberts and let her come up with a program. She doesn't put a Band-Aid on things. She gets down to the root to heal you. And I know all my brothers out there that are in pain, suffering, all that. It's time that all this can go away. So it's time to call Dr. Roberts, hook up with her, tell her what's going on with you, and I promise you she'll do everything in her power to fix you.
I could not have said that better myself, folks. Just to let you know, that's just the passion that this gentleman has. That he's seen his life change before his eyes. I've been on my journey, and I'm grateful, like I said, for connecting with Dr. Roberts and her team. I just want to sign out, on a positive note. I wish everybody good health. I wish everybody good wealth. I wish everybody complete wholeness of mind, body, and soul. Have a beautiful day, and we'll chat soon. Stay tuned. We have another episode that will be airing shortly.
The information shared in this podcast is intended for educational and informational purposes only. Although Dr. Roberts is a licensed medical provider, the content discussed in this episode does not constitute medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Listening to this podcast does not establish a patient-provider relationship between you and Dr. Roberts or the clinic. Always consult your own licensed healthcare professional before making decisions about your health, medications, or treatment protocols. The clinic and its team make every effort to provide accurate, science-backed information, but medicine is personal, and what works for one individual may not be right for another. If you have specific health concerns, please seek individualized care from a qualified provider. Thank you for listening, and remember, your health is your power.